Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Jazzy of the Store Sasquatch here, and we are doing our horror movie night in the cave. And we went all the way back to 1980 something here and got a couple of movies from the 1980s. The first one here is Mountaintop Motel Massacre, directed by Jim McCullough Sr., starring Bill Thurman, Anna Chappelle, Will Mitchell, a mentally unstable elderly clerk or elderly woman recently released from a mental asylum proceeds to slaughter all the guests that stay at her motel. It had a release date of March 14th of 1986, and it had no money or anything involved. I'm pretty sure this one went straight to VHS. I don't know how many of you exactly remember this movie, but I'm sure that there are a few select of you who remember it fondly. Honestly, I was just going through like 1980s horror movies that I was able to watch, and I found it there, and it kind of worked. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I kind of see what they were trying to do with it. It's like really low budget and really kind of mundane, but like the practical effects are really cool with the kills. Like it just is another 80s thing that just kind of works with horror movies, and the practical effects is the kills because it just looks so much more like realistic. And yeah, you can add like little small details into the computer animation, but there's just something like about the practical and like you actually seeing them touch it and stuff like this that actually kind of really makes it like real, more believable, more like kind of like, oh yeah, I think that this could happen instead of just another CGI skull here. There's no one that really stood out to me that I would be able to remember from the 80s. I'm not very like well knowledge of 80s movies. I'm better in the 90s, definitely better in 2000s and 2010s. I'm getting there with the 80s. The couple of the movies I've been watching recently, I kind of remember seeing the same people here and there, but this one I really don't remember seeing anyone. If anyone's ever seen this movie, please let me know. I mean, I would not really recommend it, but if like it's a late night and it's Shutter and you really just having Jones for like an 80s horror movie, this one really isn't terrible. So that is the best I can give it. Really was a review here, and that was Mountaintop Motel Massacre, directed by Jim McCullough Sr. Yeah, this next one here is a little bit closer to my thing, I think here. And that is Nightmare Beach, directed by James Justice and Umberto Lenzi, starring Nicholas DeToff, Sarah Buxton, Raleigh Valverde. It had a couple other people like the dad from Nightmare on Elm Street was in this as the sheriff. Oh, there's just so many there's just so many little people that you really do kind of remember seeing throughout the 80s. So this one has just a little bit more star power in it. This one also is set for like a Italian release. 'Cause if you look it up, it has an Italian release set to it. Let's see here. Lance Gigolt is would have been one of the guys. John Saxon is what I'm talking about that you kind of remember. Maybe for some of these people without a picture. Should have done a better job of kind of looking at it here, but that's kind of where we are there with the remembering for it. This came out at the end of it says 89 on the tag, but this says it came out on August 18th, 99. This might have been like a studio movie that kind of just stayed inside the studio for a couple years before it was released. And then even then it says it was released outside of the United States before it was released into the Americans. So that is interesting. I wish I would know more about like the history of this movie and how it got here, but after the execution of a motorcycle gang leader convicted of a murder, a helmeted biker goes on a killing spree during spring break in Florida. It's funny because on one tagline I read Miami and it's like Daytona Beach all over it. So I don't know if they're like trying to play off that it is like a smaller town or if they were trying to play like Daytona Beach or if they were trying to play like it's Miami. I really don't know. They just kind of keep it very vague with Florida. This is definitely a slasher movie. The kills in this again are practical, but they do add a little bit of the computer graphics to it. And it's like the 1980s, like early animation of computer graphics. So it's like very simple, like lightning graphics and a couple other things because it's like electrocution that they kind of show through that. It's interesting. I'm sure that this one is definitely someone's favorite out there because this one just seems like it's put together a little bit more well done, and it has like a whole like continuing story that you did kind of miss with the other one that we watched or were talking about. Yeah, I mean, I love horror movies, man. This one was fun. I guarantee that if I would have known about this movie beforehand, or if I had watched this or at all on like a late night, I would remember this movie just for the motorcyclist being the killer, and like the motorcycle being involved in some of the kills and stuff like this. It really does kind of lead into itself. It blurs both early. It's very early to blur both computer, like I said, animation of the lightning and stuff like this, and also our practical effects of the murders and melting of the faces and stuff like this. So that is also very cool to see. I mean, this one is definitely worth watching if you can find it. I have no idea how I found it. Like I said, I was just randomly going through. It might be on Shutter, might be on one of the other streaming box or something like that. But this one you're gonna have to dig out and kind of try and find. But if you do find it, it's not like terrible. It's only an hour and a half. Like that's the beauty of these movies from the '80s is they're only gonna be hour and a half. I mean, it's all the '80s stuff that you remember too, like all the crazy sexapades with the teenagers in the spring break and like the drinking and all this stuff, plus the motorcycle violence and all this greatness that kind of leads into a little interesting movie here that I would definitely love to know a little bit more about the history about it. And that is Nightmare Beach, directed by James Justices and Umberto Lenze. That is our two movies we're gonna talk about for the weekend here. We will be going to. I might be going to a movie. I haven't decided yet. 50-50 because I don't know if I want to go see They Want to Kill Us or another one. So I might not. More than likely, I'm going to go. If you do, you will get a review later this weekend. It'll probably be Sunday if I do go at all. Nothing really like interesting kind of popping up here. And then we will. I think we'll go over the outline live over the weekend. Maybe that'll be like our first like little test into a live series. The whole new, brand new outline that we're gonna start the dialogue with. Maybe even put like a page of dialogue down while we're all on there, or while a couple of you are on there, or how many ever people end up showing up onto the live stream, and maybe working it out that way. So maybe look forward to that. Yeah, I've been definitely working on it. It's a little bit different than when it came out, and we all have a bunch of names on it, which makes it a lot more nicer because it's like pronouns, pal. Every time we talk, when you're talking about he and they and this person has to do this, so it will be a little bit more or a little bit more streamlined with the names to go into the dialogue, and that'll be fun. That is our horror movie night in the cave for the weekend. It is a short one, but we will continue on. More movies next week. I know that there's a big horror movie coming out next couple weeks. I just can't think of the name of it. So, because we just went with Ready or Not too. Maybe that was the big one. But look forward to that. Maybe look forward to doing another live stream, a couple of live streams this weekend too, with the trailer, like a horror movie trailer or something like that. We'll figure it out. We're gonna get that live stuff figured out because we can finally do it. So, thank you guys for that. Please leave a comment or follow or whatever you want to do in below and like it or like the video if you like it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please have a good rest of your day or night.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section. And see you next time in the cave.